you've humbled us. You've put a light around our work, Mpho. I don't know if you realize how big this is. This is bigger than you.
Yeah.
This is bigger than the 2 million rand.
Yeah.
This is you having put ubunyanga in a different light, in the light that it should have always been under. And unfortunately, us as nyangas, because of muti murders, because of stories that sell papers, and to say uthi bolapha umuntu is not going to sell papers, and they would really rather write about muti murders, has also put us under a very, very dark shadow. Your work is big, Gogo. This work, and I pray that you will find that moment where you are able to pull yourself towards yourself, where you are able to sit with your God self, namadlozi wakho, and find out from them what it is that they want you to do with all of these blessings. Because at the end of the day, Rona, Banaba, Badimu, our work and everything that we do and our blessings is not just about us. Our work as healers is bigger than us. You know, we think that our work as healers begins and ends in our ndumba, but I very quickly realized that as a healer, my work extends into everything else that I do. My work does not stop because you're actor. My work doesn't stop because I'm on stage singing. If anything, as a singer, I am on stage and nyalap. Because ngumngoma. Ndawo gogo. Mpho, before I get carried away, what are some of the things that you missed the most about your spirituality when you entered the Big Brother house?
One. That was hectic.
I cannot for the life of me.
Yeah.
I cannot. Like, my wife knows. My wife calls me Utagati, by the way.
Is that thing?
She says, are you busy again?
Yeah.
Are you bewitching? She says to me, she says to me, so utlwa go refresha gogo. The same way you wake me up is the same way I wake you up. Sometimes I don't wake you up because I need a moment on my own. I like talk to you. But like, oh my God, like, I'm just, and it's things that you can't run away from. It's things you cannot get away from because, you know, even if you're just a good person, because we have this other thing, this other label around us called bungaka, someone will always wonder if it's really innocent. Is it
natural? Or what?
Or when it's something.
True.
We berekile na.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry. So, what are the things about your spirituality that you miss the most?
I also miss being able to go and pray, seeing the river, nature. I miss that.
No.
There wasn't much to work with around the house. I really missed that. I missed working with people, being able to conversate with them on such a level. Everything was based about who's being nominated, who's not being nominated. And even if we were to speak about Ubungoma, it would be like, no, we don't understand this. And you had to fake to be there. You're a fake Sangoma. You didn't come here to present the Sangoma as well.
Because,
yeah. And it was a lot. But I missed being centered around in my space. Just the smallest things. I miss them. They are really the smallest things, but they are the bigger things of who we are. And I really miss that. I miss that a lot.
Going into the Big Brother house, did you have a strategy, Gogo?
Going into the Big Brother house, actually, to me, it was a dream come true. I knew there were strategies I would see when I would watch past seasons, but I was like, maybe it was just them in that moment. I went into the house and I told myself that I'll be just myself. And I remember when I was, doing my auditions and everything, I actually did say that I don't even think I'll disclose to the house that in Isangoma. And
but who doesn't know you're a Sangoma? Like,
they didn't
big
know,
on
Mama,
Twitter.
They didn't know. The housemates didn't know until I disclosed. They were cool. They were chilled with me. I was even called Goldie because I remember the first date, we're not even supposed to tell each other our names. So they were cool. They didn't know I'm wabadimo. It was chilled. It was nice.
Yeah, and then they realized that this girl's got magic.
That changed the house. It set the tone for the season that you're a sangoma and we are believers and we don't believe in what you do. So stay away from us. Don't touch our things. We won't eat your food. Do you? Whereas the element of his name was just, the one that kind of drew a border. It disgusted us.
Like a proper.
No, proper, no. Yeah, so that was to them, it's like, wow, it's a bit disgusting. Why are you doing that? And hey.
Yeah, because they all thought they're going to get it in. Come, let's talk. Let's talk as people. You're a beautiful young woman. You come here and you're gorgeous and you look after yourself and you do your nails and you have your lashes on and waikata gogo. And I think it really, really does confuse a lot of people when we are who we are. But my exposure to bungaka and izangoma in my entire life, even 20 years ago, ethwasa gogo, has always been beauty and hygiene. It might have a lot to do with ubaba wam la bengthwasa khona, because she did not want a dirty twasane. She wanted us to be clean. She wanted us to be neat. She was a beautiful woman and she wanted her twasane to be beautiful. Would you like to come and ask that question yourself, my love? I don't know what you just said to me. So if you guys are wondering why my wife is here, you may not believe it. Not only is she my wife, she's also my content producer here on Opulence Radio. So we sit together and we brainstorm our shows for every week. And what did she say?
I need to talk more.
Oh, am I taking over? I need to stop taking over. Okay. I am not the guest. I'm not being interviewed. I am the interviewee.
Okay.
Interviewer.
Yeah.
Can I remember that about myself?
I'll keep you in check.
Keep me in check. Bona Gogo. Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you, Gogo. Due to my hectic schedule, I could only get glimpses of Big Brother Mzansi. But my wife and I received a call from a very good friend, Advocate Brenda Madumise Pajibo, who's with an organization called Wise Africa, that assists women with legal matters regarding GBV and femicide. They were concerned about the negative social media comments that used to trend regarding you as Mtana Madlozi, and they decided to start a campaign to back you up. As they believe that society has got no right to judge you based on your spiritual beliefs. Believe me when I say that WhatsApp groups were opened, you were a big subject matter in feminist groups. Gogo, the underground gang united. They came together to support one of their own. I saw conversations taking place on social media for 20 years, and for the first time, I saw all of us coming together in this way. Look at you. This was a humbling experience for me as Mtana Madlozi, to see Abantwana Madlozi demystifying who we are, protecting you and fighting for you and pushing for your votes. Yeah. You had us all on our toes, Gogo. And I know that being in the Big Brother house, you guys were very secluded. Like, there was not a lot that you knew. You didn't know what is happening on the outside world.
Yeah, nothing.
So, at which point did you realize just how big you going into the Big Brother house was when you came out? How many days later? Was it a day later? Was it 2? Was it a few hours later? Did you go on your social media and you just suddenly saw that there was a craze?
I think it was the first night, because I couldn't be around people. But I remember people saying people are waiting for you at a particular venue. They want you to come there because you're the winner. I'm like, me? They're like, yeah, you. I left it. That following day, people came into my room, my hotel room. Do you know who you are? I'm like, no. They gave me their phones. I was like, no way. And the underground gang, I was like, no way. I cry. I've been crying throughout. Like, I don't get a rest. I'm such a crybaby.
I know you like me, but we're empaths.
Yeah.
We're empaths, so we do cry easily.
I was just overwhelmed, because coming from a space in the house now where everyone, you feel they are against who you are, what you stand for, and you exit the doors and it's nothing but love.
Gogo.
Still hits different.
Gogo.
I will never forget this. Yeah.
Your mom, who said to you, go into the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
And you are going to win.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's been like to reunite with your mom after so many days away from her.
It was very emotional. I don't want to lie. Very, very emotional, because she still can't believe that all of this is happening. She's still overwhelmed. She's still overwhelmed by everything and everyone, And she told me that it had to happen the way it did, and I'm proud. She's still like, I'm proud. I can't believe it. You are my daughter, the very daughter that will be trending on Twitter, the very daughter that will be hated and sometimes loved.
Yeah.
Those hate comments even got to my mom. She was being called Umamum Tagati herself.
Oh no.
And she birthed a witch, and and it was painful. She told me I was stressed the longest time while you were in the house, but the people that rooted for you kept me going.
Talking about your mom and how people started persecuting your mom. It's even taking me back to last week.
Yeah.
When I had my dad here. And outside of me profiling him and, going down his journey and his career and what he has done for this country, I also, a large part of my interview with him was to interview a parent running around with your child and your child being sick. I mean, I know we all have as to, signs that show us why we are who we are and what it is that we need to do. I got desperately ill. And I interviewed my dad as a parent of a child who has a calling. And father is Kingaka, no. But before him, I was the Nyanga. And so it was very interesting to hear what he had to say as the parent of a child who has a calling. Tell me, the day you realized that you had a calling, what happened? What were your signs? And is it something that your mother adjusted to very easily, or was there some reluctance on her side at all?
When I realized, when I was old enough to realize, I was 16, and everything was just a big blur in my life at that time. I was very suicidal. I was hearing things. I was seeing things. And I was feeling trapped in somewhat way. And I remember that time, it was still that year where Satanism was still very rife in the country. And I was in a Christian school at the time. So I was being taken every time to the office to be prayed for, because I'm seeing demons, and demons have, taken over my life. And my mom was in shock of everything that was going on. Amongst everything else, she felt the need to protect me from the gift She was like, not my child.
I know, it's one of the most difficult things.
And she was like, not my child, you are not gonna go through this. You can't. I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be a lawyer, something, be someone. Not this. Not this, because also she was looking back from the situations, being her grandmother, being Inyanga, and she was like, I don't want this pattern again. You can't go through this.
I'm just going to pause you there. Did you say that your mom kingag?
My mom is gifted, but she never wahamba ethwasa because of the valid reasons that her mother gave her. So,
and what were the valid reasons that her mother gave her?
The valid reasons.
valid
reasons. There is no life within this.
Yeah.
You need to have a life, and take it katselaya kereke. I'm protecting you.
Yes.
So my mom,
because I'm picking up that there is you're not the first nyanga in your family.
I'm not the first. Yeah, I'm
not
the first. I'm not the first. Yeah.
Take me back.
Ugogo lo ngimthasile unkomo yahlaba. Umama ozala ugogo wami, ugogo ozala umama. Uye wahamba waliphuza waliphalaza.
Ndawo gogo.
And wahlela zonke izinto. So they were judging from her life, because she was, well known. Beka inyanga yasebukhosini in Rustenburg. Beka ugogo. I'm strict, I'm Kali.
Yeah. Very strict.
Yeah.
White was her big color. White. It was her power color.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You don't even have to apologize.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm just I'm channeling. I'm
channeling.
For those of you who don't understand what's happening right now, I'm channeling and connecting with Ugogo's spirit guides and her family and her ancestral lineage. Please continue. Sorry.
I appreciate. So they were judging from her life, she later on succumbed to depression because what people don't realize is that the journey is a lot at some stage. And she used to drink ugogo, and they were saying she was loud, sometimes vulgar, and my grandmother was like, I don't want another unkomo in the house who's going to behave like that. And that kept on being passed on throughout the generations, not knowing ukuthi unkomo lazalwa khona naye uzalwa ekhayeni elinamadlozi kunamadlozi amaningi, pending ancestors that have been neglected, so everything was now just being put down from generation to generation. But she's the one lekathwala usiphambano like I am now, because the values, the reasons, like you shouldn't take it. But it's like when I answered my calling, ngawathwala amadlozi, the generation, and that were neglected, and it was a lot.
Yes,
it was a lot. Yes, ugogo petis kwama etc. But there is a lot that is going on around, that, because it is just not why I represent my family. Mangibheka izinto zamadlozi, mangikhuluma namadlozi, I know that it's deeper than just engihamba nabo, because Unkomo has now a fan base, while I was in the house, she has a fan base, but shown me that, you know what, let it be not, because I don't want to lie, I was like, I'm the last, because of the abuse I went through throughout my journey.
Ephehlweni. Gogo. That abuse is something that I really, really want to break it.
Yeah.
Just because Ridingaga, and I'm saying this because I can relate to what you're saying completely. But it was in
2016.
2016. So I trusted in 2002. So I thought that because it was the old way of Bungaga. And I've also realized that people who are trusting of late and now and recently have easier journeys than what we went through. And so my heart is breaking for you, because you're so young, to be saying that you were even subjected to the abuse. And I'm at the stage right now where Islam is saying to me, they are giving me signs and it is all to break the curses of the abuse, because I don't have that heart, and so I don't want to subject ethwasa to that. It's to break the curses. It's to break the bad omens around ethwasa and amagobela and what they put us through. Can you maybe go into a little bit of detail about some of the abuse that you suffered ephehlweni gogo? Because there are a lot of children, there are a lot of people out there who have a calling, and there are a lot of people who become afraid to go into initiation school because they've heard of the abuse. But I've also seen other mpandes that twasisa so beautiful. There's no abuse. There's dignity. You are given dignity. You are given, you know, all you have come there for is everything that you are going to walk out with. Ukuphuza, ukuyiphalaza. Intwaso yakho. Ukuvulikana ngesifuba. Ewe gogo. Before I play us a song, I just wanted to know just some of the abuse that you are saying that you suffered ephehlweni.
It was a lot. Just to summarize it, it was physical, it was mental, emotional, and it was slowly moving sexual. And by the time I left Mpho to be taken to Mpho, it was bad. It got to a point whereby I thought I was getting healing, so I thought and I'm being turned into Mpho while I'm there. How painful is that? How do you merge from that? We are shy, we're in public, you're being slapped. Today, people, today, we went through the most. Like, you look and I'm like, I wish Natasa, this new generation. It was hectic to the point whereby I would be called into a room my gobela while he's naked and ask me to come sleep with him on his bed and ask me, do you miss the bed? Because you do look like you miss your bed. And it's things like that that I took a while to forget, to forgive, because we were not alone. Why are we going through the things? You're being made you're being ridiculed. You become a spectacle because you you're being told to do isn't as funny because you and we would eat like dogs. That was trauma. It takes a time for but I found healing by actually letting go, because that was the chat I had with myself that 1, 2, and I don't think I'm emotionally, mentally ready to raise if this is what they're gonna go through. And that's why for a long time, for a full year, I went into depression. Drinking day in, day out.
Like ukoko.
Togos.
This is Spiritual Awakening with Latoya, and you're here on Opulence Radio. We're sitting with Mpho Wabadimo, and we're still gonna unpack a lot more. What was it? Pick up. I know. I know.
I know. Yeah, Snake Park. And then later on, got Manyasi, and then it was because he was helping me, because he was seeing that it was bad. But Snake Park, I went there and a lot happened. Gang things even ethwasa that came after me. it is only now that before I left, I went to see Mama Kanyezi, and she told me that people are now Bambo Peace, are they looking for him? And I don't know how that was going.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so it's a lot, because even prior I came.
You were not the first. You were not the last.
I was not the first. People were having terminations while ethwasa, you know, because you are being told and being trained that you can't speak about what happens here. And so now you go with that mentality.
We get what do you call this? We get, what's the word I'm looking for, my love? We get brainwashed. We get brainwashed, Mama. I'm grateful that Mama was a woman, but at some point she also showcased elements of uthi, you know? And my spirit just has had enough. My spirit guides have had enough. I'm not just have had enough. At some point, I thought, Benyokukula, but they just did this. I came back home and I said, what is it that you want? And they were like, you are not going to kukula anywhere in Gogo. When la abafazi bazokhona ukuhlala kahle. Where they will live with dignity, where they will live with peace. You, by the time your twasanis leave Isgod, your Sako, they will be better people than they were when they came in. I will trust some men, because some of my twasanis that are coming to me are men. But it has a lot to do with women and strengthening women and taking women back to who we were in the beginning. In the beginning. Because ukuba umfazi today is not what God's intention was for us in the beginning. We are strong, we are powerful, we are ruthless.
Wrap it up. This other guy would come on the basis of that message that you sent.
I'm sorry I'm taking up all of your time. Really, this was only supposed to be like an hour's interview. It's only supposed to be an hour, but we're here now. And we need to unpack. We need to talk.
How
As
Mama, as long as we keep the work going.
Mama.
Sorry, Mama.
It's okay.
Mama.
Mama.
I'm like, oh God.
It's a sign of respect.
I know.
Genesis, you don't have to let her go. So do the final sentence.
Let her go.
Yeah, and then we'll finish the show on your own.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be back again though.
Okay. No, I haven't even gone through half of my questions.
If told you.
So, okay. That's fine. Are you ready to have me back in, Tolo?
Let it wrap it up, Tony.
Yeah, she can just go.
We've asked her for an hour, so we'll probably need her to come back then.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I'll definitely be back. I'm enjoying all of this. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
I had to. You see that telephonic thing has not gone away.
Yeah, he needed to be here. He needed this. And people are tuning in. It's crazy.
It has to be this way.
Yeah.
It is the but that other was side. I go my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has.
Immediately we posted it was gone crazy.
Wow.
You could see people are really looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Shall I come back in now?
Yes,
Even if the song is not finished,
in a minute.
because now you've just told me I don't have time anymore, and I need to wrap it up.
I'll come back.
No, I think when you come back, you just announce the song, go through the comments, and then let her respond, and then close up.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, just roll my eyes.
It's okay.
Okay, boss. What time is it, by the way?
It's 8 o'clock.
Which one
I've
is
got
it?
a whole hour left.
Tandy Sawakazi.
What am I going to talk about in that hour? Gaga. This is when my stomach starts turning, Tona. Why am I doing radio? I don't care. This is scary. This is scary.
Sorry,
I love this. Can I hear them?
put in the charge of the
I'm hearing two songs.
hearing two songs.
Yeah, it's Tandisa and Kuku at the same time. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
I can hear the rhythm. Yeah. Is this my father?
Yes.
I missed this. I've got a speaker in front of me. Ndlondlo. What a beautiful track. Thank you so much, boss. That was Blondie, Dr. Blondie Makene with Ndigo Ndle. Mpho, sure, I've got so many questions for you. I don't even think I have enough time, or you have enough time, since you're the one with the busy schedule. So I'm gonna wrap up with a few questions from your loving fans. Ncube Mtagati says, how is Mpho wabadimo coping at the moment? Please tell her to take it easy.
Yeah. I'm taking each day as it comes. I don't want to lie. I don't want to rush into anything. And I'm not getting ahead of myself. And I'm also trying to adjust from the house. That also does something to you, you know,
Of
psychologically. And I'm still trying to adapt. But I'm taking each day as it comes.
Thokoza gogo.
So,
Noluthando Mzizi has said, Mpho, come and visit Durban.
absolutely, I'm coming to Durban. I still need to have, move around a bit and tour a bit, but I'll definitely Durban. I will be there. Nyeza, the girls.
Emalwandle.
Oh man, I am definitely. I have to need to, actually ngiyadinga that scenery, that view, that clean. Oh, I need that, man. Yeah.
Thokoza gogo. Noluthando Mzizi. Oh no, Agnes Mdlalosi says, my favorite human beings altogether. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Ndawe gogo. Istegu _M says, my queen suffered in that house. Yo, no.
Yeah, I just looked at it like ipetlu.
Right?
Yeah. If
And
I could survive that, what was?
Thokoza gogo.
Yeah.
Thokoza gogo.
Yeah.
I often feel like ipehlo just prepares us for life ahead.
True.
For the difficulties in life, for everything that we are
Absolutely, man.
having to face in life.
Yeah.
Hi, Mpho. Tell me, okay, so I saw a clip of an interview you had on Newsroom Africa yesterday, where the anchor asked you a very ridiculous question, according to me, and you basically said to the anchor, I quote, I am not a magician, I am a spiritual healer.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit about that conversation?
Ever since I think I've won the Big Brother Zanti, season, most interviews actually are actually centered around me using uthi in the house.
Hi, gogo.
It's never about, how are you as a person? How are you doing? How is it being a winner? You are a woman. You're first woman. It's all about being a sangoma that won. Did your ancestors manipulate the game, or did they help you manipulate the game? And I feel it's okay, because I feel I'm at a space where I'm a voice of 100, of thousands, of millions, if any. And it's okay. That's what the public sees.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I always have to continue to say that as the singer we don't go around manipulating life to work in our favor.
Right.
We walk with our elders. We have gifts within us. We don't use our gifts to get ahead. Even if we sangoma noma osoli sangoma, it will be yours.
Amen. Amen. Sure, gogo. Today I've been talking to my listeners about the power of prayer, about self-healing through prayer. How does Mpho wabadimo earth herself when she's faced with complicated challenges in life?
Prayer, ma. I probably people would have witnessed in the house, that's all I had. And when I would go pray, I would just offload. I would cry. Sometimes it would get to a point where there's nothing I could say. But I would get there and be quiet and sometimes cry. And leaving that space, I would feel better. Prayer is amazing. It is our mechanism, or rather what we use to offload. We speak things to our elders, to our creator, that we are not uttered in the physical. Amen.
You were here when I was opening up my show, because that was a very big thing for me. I spoke of prayer and the power of prayer and how prayer activates everything. Even in our ndumbas, as we are working, we do not work without constant prayer. When we are meditating on what it is that we need to put together, for a client. Two clients might have come with the same problem, but it doesn't mean that they are going to necessarily use the same mutis or treatment. We meditate, we ask, we receive the word, and then we pray on it. Even as we speak life into our mutis, so that our mutis can do the best that they can do. As we are healing our clients, Gogo, it's very beautiful to hear you speak of prayer, Gogo, because I know many times in my life people have walked up to me very bravely, very confidently, and said, leave your friend. My thing is, I cannot do this without God. The only reason why I have this gift is because it's a God-given gift.
Amen to that.
In closing, what do you have to say to your supporters and your fans?
Oh, every time I hear this, I'm just like, I'm grateful. I went there not knowing what am I about to start, what is about to change. The underground gang is not a clout movement or hype movement or whatever. We are we are a safe space for each other. We have each other's backs, and it has shown that. And I'm looking at bigger than what we see now. And it's not even about fans. I don't view them as fans. We are a family. They walked that journey with me. They cried with me. And that is why today I'm sitting where I am. Because I chose to know that indlela yakho as a healer, you go through life so that you can come out and heal certain people with experience. Amen. How will you heal without experience? You need experience.
And that's something with Latoya, right here on Opulence Radio.